Thank you. One is for sale soon.
Not good.
All right.
Last video was a disaster. Couldn't get the car started. We spent way too long doing such a simple task, and we spent a lot of money not really getting much improvement in our situation. We were able to remove one of the 4 cylinders that were misfiring. So cylinder 4 is now back with the program. It's cooperating. However, cylinders 1, 2, and 3 are still failing. So for some odd reason, after replacing the spark plugs and the coil packs with brand new parts, we're still having a misfire. So in this episode, we're going to get this car running, or we're going to get this car the hell out of my life. So stay tuned and see how this goes. All right, so we were able to remove the injector pretty easily, and I didn't have the special tool. So I saw a trick on YouTube, but you just did it with the fuel line here. So the injector, see, you guys can see this, but basically has a bunch of oil coming down it, which would make sense because the valve cover was leaking and causing all of the oil to go into the cylinders here. So basically I'm praying that when we do the same on the back end and we flop the injectors, this will fix the problem. There's another reason why we're doing number 1 and 6 also, is because pretty sure we confused the fuel lines 1 and 6, because we can't put the PCV hose back on with this one like that. So hopefully we flop these two and that fixes that issue too. Injector 6 is out. Unfortunately, I broke the plug on this one, so I can't even blame Brother Curvis. And it definitely wasn't broken. I broke this one. So now we're going to kind of have a different issue. But as you can see right here on this upper seal, injector number 6 also has some oil in it. So I know injector 6 is not misfiring, so let's put this injector in, put number 1 on number 6, and hope to see that makes a difference. Misfire. So we have 1, 2, and 3 plausibility, and these we'll handle in a second. So okay. So now let's clear all these codes. Okay. And we still have one code coming up, and that is the DME injectors 1, 2, or 3, or DME internal fault. At this point, the only other thing we could do is start this car and hope that now we have a cylinder 6 misfire and no longer have a cylinder 1 misfire. That's not running any better. And then if we read the codes now, nothing else is coming up. The one thing I could do is I could go and disconnect the injectors as we're working and see if maybe that'll change. But the idle just got better, not any higher, but it did get smoother. So this is the only code I'm getting. This thing is sputtering really bad. So I'm assuming we're gonna have to send the DME out and see if they could check to see if there's an internal fault. I don't know how to check that myself. In the meantime, while we let this warm up and see if those codes come up, I kind of want to put up the top to see if I can, oh, I guess it's not gonna hit at all. Clearance looks good. Alright, that way we could work in and out of the car kind of easier, and it's not a big deal. It's actually kind of a flex that I just did that. It's actually pretty cool. So now we can work in and out of the car without really having to worry about how dark it is. There's one plus. So the codes are back on now, and we have a cylinder 2 misfire and cylinder 3 misfire, which is kind of great because that means we kind of ruled out 1 and 6. But how did we just remove the injector from 1 to 6, and now 6 and 1 are both not misfiring? So I'm confused. I'm confused. So the only other thing I could do is check the DME with relating to this problem. Hopefully I could check the DME, send it out to a guy locally that could maybe look at it and probably fix that out on the motherboard. So I'm gonna have to locate the DME and remove the DME. So I found the DME. It's in the engine bay. It's hiding underneath this cover, and I was able to pull it out, and I sent it out to a company I found on eBay that specializes in just replacing the MOSFET little clips or whatever they're called on the ECMs or the DMEs, I guess they're called in BMWs. So I sent that out to them last week, and they, because of the holiday season, they're just sending it out and it won't be here for like another couple of days. So in the meantime, there's other stuff that we could work on. First thing being the priority would be the coolant pipes. So as we discussed in the previous video, we know that both heater core hoses are failing in practically the same exact spot. This one right here and the other one somewhere right in this range here. We got the new hoses in, and I did check and we did order the right ones, and we're going to replace them. We need to make sure that we get everything replaced before the DME gets here. That way when it's here, we can start the car and hopefully it's good to go. So this is going to be the first thing we tackle, so let's get to it.
Leave it up to BMW to make something so simple like a hose clamp and make it unnecessarily complicated by adding retaining clips and adding twist clasps to the purge solenoids. The top hose was a breeze. It was easily accessible, but the lower hose, that one gave me a run for my money. I was able to get a bit more leverage after removing the charge pipe, but still, the hose came apart, leaving the bulkhead attached to the water pipe.
So everything's back together, but you can see the new tag right there and the other new tag down there. In full transparency, I might have used this tool right here to get that lower hose off, and in doing so I might have nicked the plastic pipe, which I thought was metal, but luckily, I would say luckily, we won't know until we fully start the car, but I think that we nicked it where the pipes kind of like connect together, so where the seal is should be all, you know, sealed. We will find out once we put water in the system and start the car. The DME is in. It finally came in. And I just figured, since we got all this stuff done, why not test the car, see if it actually starts, and then we can move on from there. You guys can't tell, but the DME code, the cylinder misfires are still there. So let's go back and clear codes. All codes cleared. Read codes. No fault codes found. So they're all gone. So now, foot on the brake and let's start the car. That's all 6. That's all 6. And look at that idle. That's a good idle. That's a healthy idle. So that's perfect. So we're gonna put water in this coolant reservoir, bleed it, do an oil change because we desperately need it, and then we're gonna take this outside. It's pouring outside, but I don't care if it's hailing, if it's a freaking sandstorm or a snowstorm, an avalanche. I don't care what the hell is out there. We're about to take this for a drive because I've owned this car for I think 2 months now, and I have never been able to really get on it. Not the best conditions, but we're gonna make the best of it. So let's get to it. This thing right here has to come out because there is a coolant passage that goes through here, and we need to be able to remove this to replace the gasket that goes there. It's over there in the back of the shop, but I need to remove this so I could put the gasket in, and then I could put coolant back in the system and finally bleed it.
Sometimes when you work on a car for the first time, you just get lost with all the steps you need to take. Then you get a little hasty to get to the last step. I simply thought it was as simple as just replacing the hoses and bleeding the coolant, but it wasn't. In these N54s and N55s, the cooling system is tied to all the other components. Instead of an external oil cooler, there is a coolant passage inside the oil filter housing that helps cool the engine oil. And instead of an external transmission cooler, there is a small cooler at the back of the radiator that is also connected to the rest of the system. Once I removed the oil filter housing, I could see the design. Luckily, this was updated in the N55s with an actual cooler attached to the filter housing, which made the possibility of coolant and oil mixing less likely. Next on the list was a crankshaft position sensor. Once I noticed exactly where it was, I installed the intake manifold back and pulled out every extension I owned to get to it. It was actually one of the simpler repairs I've done on this car so far. It took me longer to round up all of the extensions than to actually swap the sensor.
Well, that took forever, and I really don't like doing time lapse, but sometimes that's what you gotta do. Let me pull up this box here of things that we've removed. So this is one part of the oil filter housing gasket, and here's the other piece. And then the other thing that we replaced was the crankshaft position sensor. And this thing was actually not terrible. Cousin Jerry was not totally wrong in saying that it's under the manifold, because it is right there. I don't know if you guys can see. Right up here is where it is. So long I had the charge pipe out of the car, I was able to access that no problem. So That's all said and done. So we replaced the oil filter housing gasket and crankshaft position sensor. I believe the last two things we need to do is put a new filter inside the oil filter housing, and then also just put oil in the car, drop it down, put everything back together. Look at that. Zero leak. Zero spill. Can you imagine if I didn't tighten the bolt at the bottom and all this oil is coming straight at the bottom? That's what happened with the coolant. So let's hope that's not what's happening here. All right. How many quarters? This coolant was given to me by the owner of the Mercedes. And it says European vehicle. If this runs out, I do have one that says Asian vehicle that I will use next. And it's still blue. See if we can do this without no spill. Oh, look at that. I don't hear any spill on the ground yet, so looks like it's working out pretty good. Hop in. Let's go for a ride. Oh, this thing is freaking sick. Oh, driving a convertible in the freaking winter is stupid. It's so stupid. Let's see. Oh, there's snow here. Should we try to do a donut? Should we try to do a donut? Should we try? Should we try? Let's try. Oh, woo, woo. That was fun, actually. All right, let's go do what we came here to do. Woohoo! Not this. Oh. Oh. All right. This thing, it has a little backfire. If you, like lower it. Woo! Woo! Drifting over real drive car is fun. Woo! 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 This is the most fun this car's given me like 3 months I've owned it. Alright, anyways. Let's go set this thing up and record. Alright, one last time. Sorry. Alright, that's the last one. Everything else is still passed, no fault. I don't know if you guys can see this, but the only codes we have are those two dynamic stability control things. So we'll look at that later. Now, let's go take this thing. Let's go rip this thing again. I wanna be able to like pull on this car. Oh yeah. Whoa. I wanna pull on this thing. Like I wanna feel what these F54s are about. Oh. I mean the park is not the best spot for this, I'll admit. But nobody's here. Let's try this again. Oh goodness. Yeah, this thing drives nuts. This thing actually drives. It actually pulls nicely. All right. Actually, let's go this way. Oh, whoops! Went the wrong direction on the downshift there. This thing is dumb to shift it because to go up you gotta shift down, and to go down you gotta shift up. I don't know. I don't know nothing about sequentials or nothing, but this just doesn't seem right. So that was fun or whatever. So now there's a guy here trying to do donuts in his truck. So now, all right, what shift are we in? We're shift one, gear one. So now let's try to see if we could drive back to where we were and do stuff. These guys want to talk to me. Let's see what they want. What's up, buddies? Oh, look, we're just tandem drifting. Ready? Woo! Let's go, buddies. Oh, we're just being stupid. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
There's not enough ice here. In the other parking lot, there's a lot more ice.
Yeah, I know. There's little spots where you can flip it, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna.
That's dope.
Thank you. We want this for sale soon.
Not good.
All right.
Don't buy German.
Good idea. Yeah, see, he say he don't want to buy German. Woo! Woo! All right, I'm being a menace. This thing is fucking nuts. This thing is nuts. All right, I'll make it the block way too hot. This car is very dirty, if you know what I mean. This car is dirty as hell, and I don't want to get in trouble. This thing drives like a bat out of hell. All right, let's go to the other parking lot. I need to do. All right, let me stop. I'm here again. It's just like I can't help myself but to do donuts. I just can't help myself. All right. Oh, I'm stuck in the snow. All right. Whoa, whoa. Oh, the cop is here. Oh no, he's not the cop. All right. The park ranger's gonna come find me. There's always a park ranger here, and I'm having way too much fun. So I'll probably put this at the end of the video. Maybe not. Who knows? So let's record this piece about the car. My feelings about this car. All right. So we're here at the park. We just had a lot of fun getting here, and it was a good time. The car is driving phenomenal out there, clear the coach. We do still have a cylinder 6 misfire for some odd reason. Not sure what's causing that, but I just had to get the car out. It's been in the garage for 3 months, and look around me. Look at this. There's nothing but snow and ice, and it's miserable. So I figured, since we did all the mechanical stuff that we needed to do in the car, it was a good idea to come out and drive it, and I enjoyed it. It's a pretty fast car, and especially with all this snow and ice here, it's a lot funner, and this thing gets down, and it gets down fast. So let's take a quick look around the car. We didn't do anything to the outside of the car. We literally didn't do anything to the outside of the car, but I think it's worth taking a look around. Maybe get some nice B-roll now. Ah, this is awesome. I don't think you guys understand. This thing is freaking nice. I almost want to keep it, but then I don't, because this thing has been a nightmare to work on. So with that being said, guys, I'll end this video here. It's been a month since I ever posted anything. That's the longest I've been in the last 2 years. So I'm gonna drop the video here. Tune in for the next video where we put everything back on the car and we get this thing ready for sale. Until then, guys, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week for another video. Peace.